So the question is, where is the dividing line between passion and excitement about a project and diving into it and feeling alive because of it, and going over and self-medicating? Is that an accurate way of saying the question? Yeah. Like most things that are really profound, there's simple bits and complicated parts to it. Really, it all boils down to a fairly simple concept. No matter what the project is, no matter what the goal or the target is, really, you're there to get the benefit of who you become in the process of reaching the goal or the target. So to get to the goal or the target, you might have to work harder, you might have to work smarter, you might have to learn something, you might have to learn to speak up to somebody or do whatever it is. That, when it assimilates into your character, is worth more to you than the project can ever be worth. I was working with a client one time who, we were working on domestic violence. She was trying to get out of a horrible situation, and she ended up having to take the ex to court and get a domestic violence order taken out. And when that was done, because he argued in court, so it was pretty ugly, when that was done, we were sitting in her office and she said, "Paul, I'm so proud of that domestic violence order, and you know, what a fantastic achievement." I said, "Look, honey, the problem with this is it's only a piece of paper. If that guy wants to get you, a piece of paper is not going to stop you, particularly a piece of paper stuck to your notice board." The truth is, the woman you have become in taking on this battle, she's with you for the rest of your life. That's the big win. This character's behaviour, well, that's up to him. So bear in mind, it's not what you earn, it's what you learn. That who you become in the surge towards reaching a goal will have far more impact on you than the goal itself can ever have. You know, if you wanted a push bike when you were a kid and you got that push bike by whinging and pissing and moaning, then as an adult you'll substitute your parents for the government or whatever, and you'll whinge and piss and moan until you get what you want. Makes you a pretty ugly person, but you probably get what you want. Alternatively, you could have said, well, I can't get a push bike by whinging and moaning, so I'm going to get a job washing cars or mowing lawns or whatever, and earn your way towards a bike. And you learnt at that point that when things weren't going the way that you want, that perhaps you got to do something about it. So become resourceful instead of whinging. That will make a profound difference for the rest of your life. Now, interesting enough, if you're the person who went and mowed the lawns to get the push bike, the chances are that later in life, probably in your mid to late 20s, you'll figure, why don't I have a go at business? Because maybe I'll make more than just a regular wage, or have more. So you launch a business, and by chance the business goes well and it expands, and you need some help, and you put an ad in the paper and you advertise for someone to come and work in that business, and guess who turns up? The person who got the bike by whinging and pissing and moaning. And their opinion is that the business owner was born with a silver spoon in their mouth and has had it easy all their life. They will say, as a business owner, I do all the work, you get all the money. It's a fixed and rigid opinion that's in their mind from way back and never going to change. Because as a business owner, you'll be saying, well, hang on, what have I got to do besides paying a fair wage to get you to do your bit? Well, I risk everything that I've ever worked for. Those are life conditions, not goals. Those things are determined by how you got the push bike, not by whether you got a push bike or not. Maybe not getting the push bike strengthened you in some way. Maybe it weakened you. The experience is not the thing. As my wife Mary says, what happened to you is basically not as important as how you handled it. And if you became resourceful, then you're teaching yourself resourcefulness. If you looked for help, maybe you're teaching yourself to get help. So these things influence us much more than the goal or the target itself. So when you've got a project and you find yourself deeply invested in the project, financially, emotionally, mentally, physically, time-wise, all of that sort of stuff, and like Kevin, you might find yourself turned on by it, Watch out. Watch out. Your character is being formed day to day in the struggle to get what you want. It looks to you like what you want is the most important thing. But as a parent, I can tell you, the character that you develop in struggling to get what you want is the thing that's going to determine the quality of your life.